If you're a composer or musician who needs help being productive, staying consistent, and organized with your time, then this is the video for you. Today, we're gonna go over the 3 secrets and key characteristics that fundamentally define what a productive composer looks like. Productivity can look different for everybody, but it's ultimately gonna come down to how you approach reaching your goals and how you organize that process. But before we jump into that, if you're a composer looking to learn how to write horror music, action music, fantasy music, then you should definitely check out my Film Composer's Recipe Book. It's a free PDF download that covers the 4 basic ingredients of music and how they work together for different genres of film and television. I left a link in the description for that down below. The very first thing that you want to work on as a productive and efficient composer is habit building. This is probably going to be at the core of everything that we talk about today. Without the right approach, forming habits can feel very daunting and, judging from experience, ineffective. So the secret is to take your goal or the thing that you're working towards and break it down into tiny, easy to do, no-brainer habits. So let's say your goal is to practice composition skills. How can we break that down into smaller habits? Maybe instead of binge composing for hours in one day, but then not doing it again for another week or month, try writing anything just for 20 to 30 minutes a day. And this doesn't have to be perfect. Sit down at your computer or at your piano or just with a pencil and paper and set a 30-minute timer. Then what you have after your timer is up is the practice for the day. Of course, if you feel like you're in the zone, then by all means, keep it up. But after your timer goes off, you can either stop or keep going, but at least you met your mini goal for the day. By doing this every day, you're building up a habit and you'll start to see big changes over time. Some days you might write something that you're really proud of or you see it has potential. Other days, you might write some trash. Allow yourself the grace to write without harsh self-criticism. The idea is to make the habit as easy as possible so that practicing it daily doesn't seem so hard. Now, of course, habit building and goal setting go hand in hand. So if you think that you need some help maybe defining your goals, then definitely check out my goal setting for composers video. The next secret to being a productive composer is intentional time management and organization. If you're already a working composer, you know how tight your deadlines can be. There's no babysitter, no parent, no teacher that's going to tell you to get your work done. You are expected to figure out how to deliver on time. Even if you're not a working composer just yet, but you're at the stage where you're ready and willing to learn. There's so much information out there, you can easily overwhelm yourself to the point where you're not retaining anything that you're learning. So the key to time management is to track and prioritize things that need to get done. Now, I know how obvious that sounds, but honestly, how often or efficiently are you using your calendar or your notes or your reminders app? Develop the habit of writing everything down. Don't just assume that you'll remember the work that needs to get done. Maybe in your reminders or notes app, create a checklist of everything that comes to mind. You can create stacks and folders and different lists to organize and prioritize what's important and what can wait. Personally, my mind is always racing. I'll remember that, I have to take out the trash, but add it into the mix of writing music and recording YouTube videos and educating myself further. I can easily forget something as simple as taking out the trash. Having everything written down just takes the load off of you and helps make the management just a bit easier. I even started adding everything to my calendar, keeping everything color coordinated and organized. My music work is in purple, my YouTube work is in red, health and exercise is in yellow, administrative website stuff is in orange. Even personal things like waking up and getting ready for the day, making myself some coffee, those are all tracked and color-coded in blue. Fully utilizing my calendar has given each day distinct and clear purpose. And when I finish the things that need to get done, then I know that I can relax, I can watch TV and just not worry about any work projects for the rest of the day. Finally, the third secret to being a productive composer is positivity. And I'm not talking about this blind, always happy kind of positivity that we see. I'm talking about a healthy, positive outlook that we get from consistently developing our habits and organizing our time in a way that actually leads to results in our music. There is a difference between that blind positivity and the feeling of confidence that results from putting in the work. So let's say you're struggling to find your own voice in your music. You have to keep writing and being okay with the work that you put out, even if it's not perfect, because you know that you are working towards something better. That is positivity. That is productivity. Being a productive composer is all about that persistence, developing consistent daily habits that will ultimately help you reach your goals. It's about keeping a clear head, organizing your time, and having a positive outlook, even when you feel like you're not making progress with your music or your own work. Again, if you want to stay clear on your goals, then definitely check out my goal setting for composers video. I'll see you over there, and as always, happy composing.